going to start back in 2 Chronicles again. No, we're going to be in chapter 6.
Chapter 6.
Second Chronicles chapter 6. No.
Amen.
When you look at what happened the other day in Paris, 123 people lost their lives and 90 could possibly lose their lives. Now for these families that are going through this has to be a dark place in their lives. To lose a family member due to terrorism. But you know, dark places just don't contain just in Paris, and it also is in here within our homes. You see, a dark place can take you many places. To lose a loved one is a really dark place in your life. To lose a child, it probably has to be one of the worst feelings you can probably ever get in your life. Now, losing mom and daddy is hard, but to lose a child is terrible. It puts you in a dark place in your life. You get lost, and tonight I want you to know something. In chapter 6 and verse 1, here's what it said. Then said Solomon, the Lord has said that he would dwell in thick darkness. And that thick darkness is in your lives. You see, God is never going to leave you nor forsake you. Now you wonder, God, why have I got to be here? But God sometimes wants us to go into a dark place in our lives so that sometimes we can get closer to Him. Did you know that if a person is not saved and they bury a child, did you know that they blame God? Did you know that a lot of Christians that are saved and lose their child, they blame God? God, you gave me my child, but yet where are you at? Why'd you do that to me? I've been faithful, but they don't realize that God wanted that child. God had plans. You see, God had came to Solomon and He said, look, He would dwell with us in that dark place in our lives. You see, sometimes going through divorce can put you in a dark place. I know people that have committed suicide because they had gotten a divorce. Or losing their home. That's a deep, dark place when you lose your job or you lose your home and you lose everything around you. And I want to tell you something. God is in that place. You say, I don't see how He is. You'll find in Psalms He talks about it, and He said that God said He made the light and He made the dark place. He made the dark. God made everything there is. There is a season for all things in your life. Sometimes it's hard just living every day. Amen. Sometimes we go through so many struggles in our lives, and God wants us sometimes to go through that struggle. Why? Because a lot of times it'll bring you back closer to Him. Amen. Shelley lost her job and just run out of work. She didn't get fired. She just run out of work. They struggled and she could have went to a dark place, and I'm sure she did struggle and trying to figure out how I'm going to make my bills, and she had a lot on her mind, and we go through them situations, but God always pulls us out. I want you to turn to Exodus.
Exodus what?
Chapter 20. And see, I know that Tim sometimes goes into dark places, and we all, sometimes, you know, if we get honest with ourselves, sometimes we all want to give up once in a while. You say, you know what, I'm tired of trying. But I've said this many times, and I'll say this again. Jesus never was a quitter.
Amen.
What if Jesus would have quit on us?
Amen.
Then what?
We'd be lost.
You see, we can't quit on Him. We can't give up on God. It's so important. And I want you to go Everybody's in Exodus chapter 20. When you get there, to say amen.
Amen.
We're going to go to 20. It says that Moses, and this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 20. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, for God had come to prove you that, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness, where what? Where God is. Y'all see that? God is in that place when you think he ain't. When you can't go another mile, God is in that place when you can't go anymore. We look at our church, and churches around here, they're dying every day. There's preachers that gave it their all. They got up there and they preached their heart out, and they did everything that they could for the church to build. It just didn't work. You might think I'm lying, but sometimes it takes them to a dark place because they gave it their all. God has never left not one of us sitting in church right now. We ain't starving. We got shoes on our feet. We got a roof over our head. It may not be no kingdom that we live in, no big mansion that we live in, but God has given us something that a lot of folks don't have, y'all. There are children right now that lucky if they get 1 meal a day. Their children, they got shoes on, but they got holes all in their shoes, and their parents, they cannot afford to buy them another pair of shoes or buy any clothes that they need to put on them. You see, let me tell y'all something. We take life for granted. Sometimes we say, woe is me. Sometimes we want people to look at us, and I see what Frank got. He got all this good stuff, and I want what Frank got.
Me too.
But let me tell y'all something. You don't see what goes behind closed doors. Frank said, I got pains, and he got struggles. He may not show it to you. And sometimes Frank may go into a dark place in his life. And let me tell you, he knows by now that God is with him through it all.
That's what I tell him every day.
Without God, I'm going to tell y'all something. You're going to go to hell without God. Without God, we can lose everything we got. But when you're in your deep place in your life and you wonder, man, how am I going to get out of this? Sometimes it's best we just go to an altar and say, God, I need your help. You see, sometimes he just wants you to ask for it. Where at, God? He said, I'm right here. I heard somebody say this been a while back. They says, one thing you don't see in church is many preachers go to the altar. But you know what? What you don't see behind closed doors is a lot of preachers are already at their altar at home. They've already built one.
Amen.
They've already got a place at their house that they're going to. Probably not. Be honest with you, I pray a whole lot at my home. I pray a whole lot going to work. I have a radio in my car, but you won't hardly ever hear my radio in my car because I'm praying for everybody in the church. Because somewhere down the line, we all going to go through a dark place in our lives. And tonight, I want you to know that God is with you in that place. I've had many times where I've lost it all. And I wonder, God, where you at? I mean, here I am, I done lost my home, and my children don't come and see me no more, and I have nothing. I have all these things going on, and I had sometimes I have to step back and remember what the Bible says, that he will never leave me nor forsake me, even when I'm down in the dumps. But sometimes I want to give up. Look at the Bible. The disciples did too. The disciples struggled. They struggled. What if we had to live in their day? Knowing that they can cut your head off just because you serve the Lord. Or you had to be around Paul around Saul before he became Paul. He walked in his church, he'd kill you. Just because you're trying to have church and talk about Jesus Christ. You see, right now we got to realize we got it made. That young man went in that black church and killed them people. Tonight I want you to know that can happen right here. That can happen tonight. That can happen next Sunday. It can happen next Wednesday. It can be in the store. Look at that one that went in there and was killing all them people. And he asked them, who do you serve? And they said, I serve Jesus Christ. And he shot them. Would you stand up for Jesus Christ, or would you say, I don't have a religion? I don't serve nobody. Would you truly die for Jesus Christ right now, in this room? They walked in here and said, all of you that serve the Lord, stand up. Would you stand up for Jesus Christ? Christian, you got to ask yourself. Because let me tell y'all something. Someday, you shall close your eyes and never open them again. Someday you're going to stand before God, whether you're right or whether you're wrong with God, whether you're playing with God or whether you're not. You shall give an account of our lives. Amen. And in dark places in your life, let me tell you, sometimes you should be there. Sometimes you should go in to that dark place and it gets you closer to God because He's right there. God is right there. I bet you in the last month, how many of you have almost given up, just I'm tired? It's so easy. There's no saying anything worth having if we're fighting for. Amen. Is it worth fighting for? Oh, yeah. And sometimes it may take you a couple of years for God to get you where He wants you. But let me tell you, when God gets you on track, there can't no man stop it. There can't no devil stop it. There can't no church stop it. Ain't nobody can stop you when God gets you on track. You may go through obstacles. You may have to jump through hoops. Cuddy, you might have to go through a lot, my man. But let me tell you something. In the end, God will make you so prosperous like you've never seen in your life. You'll have more things that you ever thought about ever having with the dreams in your mind. And we all got dreams, and God will put you there. I ain't there right now. When I was a young man, I always thought I'd be rich. I found out differently. I thought I had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in the bank and be living high on a hog and telling people what to do, and instead it's almost quite the opposite. I'm being told what to do, and I don't got the thousands, but you know what I have? I have a home, I have a roof over my head, I have shoes on my feet, and you can tell I ain't missing too many meals. I'm able to brush my teeth by having water. Is my health good? Yeah, my health's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, I just went through a sickness with pneumonia, and I never give up, but I prayed. You know what I did? I went to God. I said, Lord, I know this sickness is here, and my doctor told me if it didn't get right, it could possibly kill me. He told me that Thursday morning. You know what I did? I went to God. And that can put you in a dark place in your life. Knowing that, I remember Marcia, that's what she got. Our friend Marcia, that's what she got. She got pneumonia. She lingered around and let it get too far, and it took her life. I remember that whenever I was sitting in my doctor's office talking to him, and I realized that it could take me to a dark place in my life, but I want to tell y'all something. I'm not going to let it take me there because I don't want to go there. I want God to bless me. Amen. But if God puts me in a dark place, I've been there many times, and I'll probably go through more in my life. I've always in my mind figured I'm going to have to bury my son. Can't keep him off drugs, but you know what? When that time comes, I'll do what I have to do. God loves everybody here. Ain't nobody in church that God don't love. Amen. And let me tell you something. You can walk out of here and get to know people, and you'll find out that you got it a lot better than some people got it. You may be struggling, but there are people that right now, we know somebody right now that is fixed to be homeless. A wife and a husband and 2 children they fix to lose everything they got. They're possibly going into a deep, dark place in their lives, and they're going to have to realize that God is there. We can't give up on Him. Maybe somebody in this church is thinking to go through that. Tonight, God wants you to know that I'll be there. Look at Moses. He said, when he went through that, he said, he went to the thick darkness where God was. God was there. God ain't just in the light. God ain't think when you're on top of the mountaintop and thank you, Lord, but can you praise Him when you're in the valley? Can you truly give it all to Him when there ain't nothing going right? You ever had that happen? 1 step forward and 5 steps back. 1 step forward, 6 steps back. You just keep trying. You just keep struggling. What is it worth? It ain't worth nothing no more. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing that. But guess what? Never give up on God. What if Jesus would have gave up on you? Life's hard. Tonight I want to tell you life is not easy. And He never said in the Word that it would be. As a matter of fact, in God's Word, Jesus said, they hated me first. They attacked Jesus first. They came after Him first. Guess what? He's telling you, look, Tim's going to come after you. The devil can't stand you. Afraid the devil don't like you. He can't stand you. It's hard. And I told Roger this morning, I said, let me tell you something, the hardest thing you ever do in this life is serve the Lord. Amen. It's the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. I've always been an achiever, but this is one that I struggle all the time. Just, oh, you're a minister. That's somebody say, you're a minister, man. It's easy, comes easy to you. Oh, I wish. It ain't easy for me either. I struggle every day. I get angry. I get mad. Sometimes I just want to quit, but I don't. I done learned I cannot give up. He never gave up on me. Even if it cost me my life. And this week, it could have cost me my life. With pneumonia. If I would have just been old stubborn man and said, I'm going to keep going to work, keep working, and keep getting out there in the cold, and keep doing what I'm doing, and keep letting it go, and you'd have found me by Monday, he said, probably in the hospital, struggling with my life. But you know what God did? God came in. God said, it's time for you to do something. You see, sometimes you got to fix your body. Sometimes you got to do what's right. And it's hard. It's hard getting up every day going to work. To know that you feel like you're getting nowhere. It makes you upset and you cry and you try to figure things out, and every time, man, all of a sudden, it's always something. I remember one time that I just got on my feet and I was really trying to get everything going, and I put gas in my car and I had enough to get me to work and back all week. I had everything right. You know what I mean? Everything. I was broke, but
He was ready.
I was ready. And somebody threw up my gas. Took my gas out of my car. Knowing I have to have my job. You see, that's how the devil works. He attacks you all the way around. But tonight we have to hold on no matter how bad it gets. Wanda could have got mad when her car broke down the other week. Her starter went out. She probably could have got mad and thrown her hands up, and then it had cost her a bunch of money. Tim, you could have got mad when you get these balls on you, man, and you're trying to get it right. But I want to tell you tonight that God got you, man. God has got you. You might say, where's He at? Well, He's right there. Sometimes you are an example for us. Sometimes God's using you so you can help us out. And you say, you think what you got some pain, let me show you something. And you show them your little scars and stuff. And you go, man, I ain't got it that bad. You see, things you go through in your life are probably not for you, but for somebody else. Think about that. You can tell somebody else, I made it through that, man. How? When I was in the deepest, darkest part of my life, God came in. You can make it. You can make it through drugs.
Amen.
You can make it through alcoholism.
Amen. Amen.
You can make it through all these situations, but you got to put it in God's hands.
Amen. We
know people right now that are going through a tough situation. Their relationships have went south.
Amen.
Is it possible to blame God? I don't know. But see, we done been through that. If you think about it, a lot of us done been through these relationships where we've had it bad. We wonder what's going on. How can it be like this? Why is my life so bad? But it's so you can help somebody else along the way. And I promise you this, and I know you, Frank, and I know me, I've already been in situations where I run into people that I've been through those situations and I had to help them out of it. And I'm sure everybody has been through situations where it just seemed like they just fell in your place. They were right there in front of you, and you had to help them. They was in a dark place in their lives. And you were the one to help them out. Tonight, God said He was in the dark places in your life. And sometimes we wonder where He's at, do we not? Have you ever asked Him, where you at, God? Why you let me go through this? I'm confused. I don't understand. You ever been there? I've been there a lot of times. God, I need you to pull me out of just this one. Lord, help me out just one time. Just help me get through this. But you know what we forget? It's only in seasons.
Right.
You've heard me say this many times. When you're in the seasons, it's rough. But then when you go through your next season and you don't forget about the last one you just went through that you begged God to get you out of. Think about that. Y'all really think about that. We forget about what we just went through a year ago. And here we're in a new one. We're in a whole new scenario. God didn't pull us out of the last one, but yet we forgot about it because we're so caught up in the one we're in right now. And some of you are in a deep, dark place. And I want you to know tonight that God says that He will be there with you no matter what. Just don't give up.
Amen.
Don't walk away. Don't quit. Wasn't it Solomon that was the smartest man in the world? Walked away. One of the smartest men. Had the wisdom. Now I'm telling you, and you look in the Bible and they go through so much. These people that went in the Bible, God, let me tell you something. God didn't go into the churches and pick His disciples. He went out and picked you. Misfits. Think about it. God, Jesus did not go into the churches and found the most highest, the most prayingest person of all, the most high, mighty guy of the church. He went out into the world and He picked you. Think about it. He picked you, Shelley. Penny, He picked you. He picked you out of all these people in the world. He chose you.
Thank you, Lord.
Let me tell y'all something. You didn't choose Him. He chose you.
That's right. Amen.
That's even in the Word. You didn't choose Him. You ever heard somebody say, I found God? Nah, He found you.
Amen.
He loved us that much. He went out and He chose us. Look at Saul. Saul killed all these Christian people. That was his job. Go out and kill them all. Until Jesus came on the scene. A mass murderer. As we call it, a serial killer. But you know what Jesus did? He went to that old misfit Paul. He said, hey, Paul, what are you doing to my people? What are you doing? What are you doing to my people? And he says, who are you? And we like that sometimes. We have to say, Jesus, who are you? We'll hear His voice. And sometimes we don't know who He is. Because we're so caught up in our situations that sometimes we don't get to hear the voice of Jesus Christ. But He took Saul and changed his name to Paul and turned his whole life around. Look at Peter. Peter was a cusser, a fighter. Peter was something else now. Peter was me. Peter even once cut a soldier's ear off. Peter was a mean old man. What did he do? He said, pick up your cross and follow after me. Tonight He's telling you all, pick up your cross and follow after Him. Because let me tell y'all something, it ain't going to be long. You look around at the world. This world ain't nothing like it was 30 years ago when we was growing up. No. How many of you, when you were growing up, how many really heard of some kid going into school and shooting up other kids?
Never heard that.
When you were going to school, how many times did they take the Bible out of school, praying out of school. Never.
Never.
When you were going to school, have you ever heard of being gay and being married?
No.
Think about it. Our world has changed. Internet. We were just told that internet was going to be a big thing. I know Cody's new for you, but when we were growing up, we were told that internet, we were told growing up, internet was going to be the big thing someday.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, when we grew up, you didn't have cell phones.
That's right.
Think about it. Our whole world has changed in 30 years. ISIS is cutting people's head off because they're Christian. Tim, I know you would die for Jesus Christ. You see, sometimes we need to look in the mirror. Our whole world is changing, and God is fit to come back. He's fit to come back, and He's going to part the clouds, and guess what? He's going to call us home, and there's an old thing we used to play called hide and go seek, and guess what? When He calls it, it's on. We can't hide. Ain't none of us hiding from Jesus Christ. When we go home, I met people that claim to be Christian. I work with people right now at my job at GD this and GD that, and they cuss and moan and groan, and then when they don't go right, it's all God's fault. But I'm a Christian, we'll make heaven my home. Let me tell you something. If you can't serve Him here, there's no way possible you can serve Him when you get older.
Amen.
People need to, I'm going to put that on there one day again. If you can't serve Him here, you surely can't serve Him over there.
That's right.
Why do you say that? Because the devil, he tried it. Think about it. The devil tried to take over. The devil had it all. The devil had everything he needed. He was the number one angel. He decided he wanted power. Have you ever met somebody that was nothing growing up and they get a little bit of power? First thing they do, well, they do go to their head. Am I right?
That's right.
They change their whole demeanor. You let them win the lottery, guess what? Frank who? Wanda who? Rick? I don't know no Rick. Wait, do you know me? I don't know you. You too poor for me. You see, people got to understand, He's fit to come back. But when you're in your deep, dark place in your life, that's the time in your life that you should really be calling on God. I'm telling y'all, that's the time that you really should be down on your face and saying, Lord, I need your help. You see, that's as humble as you can get. You can't get no more humble than when you're on your face. That's as low as you can go in your life. When you're down on your face and you say, God, I'm crying out to you. You said you'd never leave me, Lord, and I believe right now I need your help. Lord, I'm just ready to die. Have you ever just wanted to commit suicide? Just end it all. Lord, just take me. I'm ready to go. I've been there. They say the average person thinks about it a couple of times in their life. Just want to end it. But you know why you didn't? Because God's got a plan for you. Do you remember me talking to you about that puzzle? You see, you don't see the picture. But God does. God knows that final picture. When you put that puzzle together and you got that box in front of you and you see exactly how that picture both turn out, that's what God sees already. God already sees what penny's going to look like when it's all said and done. He's going to see that puzzle when it's all together, put together. And like I told you see bits and pieces of it right now. You might have a little corner piece done. You might have a little bottom piece done. You might even have a little bit in the center, but you don't got the whole thing yet. You see, you don't have that bottom cover to see that picture, but God does. God knows when you're going to be down and out. Hey, Frank could have got mad the other day when he didn't kill no deer. But he didn't. He knows that day's coming, he's going to get his deer. You say that's something small. To me, that's small, but it could be big to him. Because that's what he desires. He's ready to shoot a deer. You know what I mean? that. When you're in that deep place and you really just feel like giving up, that's the time that you really need to be calling on God. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of you know this, and some of you don't, some of you do, and I want to tell you something, that when you're on your face, that's as low as you can go. I promise you, God will intervene in your life. Maybe not what you want, but God will intervene. And He'll fix your life for the better. Tim said something this morning that caught my attention when he was reading. He was between two verses, and he said there was a year between the two Passovers. So there was a whole year between this verse and the next verse. Wasn't it 5 and 6? Chapter 5 and 6. It wasn't, when we read the Bible, sometimes we think, wow, that was just like, that happened so quick. But it ain't that quick. Some things may take 20 years to get what you need. That one was a whole year between the two verses, and there's even places in the Bible where there's several hundred years in between chapters. All right? Not 20 years, sometimes it's hundreds of years that we don't know what went on between the two. You see, when you read the Bible, it ain't all of a sudden it just hit. For example, when Jesus found Saul, and said, Saul, why are you killing my people? A lot of people think that Paul got up when he changed his name to Paul, and he was blind in his eyes, and then he sent Ananias to go and talk to him, and he went to him. He didn't want to go talk to him, but because he knew that Paul was a killer of Christians. And a lot of people think that Paul jumped up after Ananias talked to him and took off and started preaching, but they said it ain't true. They say that Paul went back to his profession as a tent maker. And it could have been years, 3 years. For 3 years, Paul went back to his tent making. He didn't go right straight into the ministry. There was a lot of years in between when Jesus came to him and he had to do what he had to do. Did y'all know that? So when you read it, you think he immediately went out, right? But he didn't. It was 3 years that he went out before he started ministry. Things just don't happen overnight. And a lot of you just start trying to get this in good. It's not an overnight thing. Sometimes it is and sometimes it ain't. It took me 20 years to get where I am right now. And where am I at? I still ain't gotten nowhere. I got a little bit of knowledge, don't get me wrong. But I've been studying for a long 25 years. But I've had to go into dark places when you walk outside and the only thing you got on you is your clothes on your back and your car that you drive and nowhere to go. You sort of start thinking about things. And then when you get up one day and your children won't call you, won't talk to you, and you say, what have I done for my kids not to talk to me? And you think and you rattle for 6-7 months and you call and they won't answer and it ain't going nowhere. You know, that can take you into a dark place because you love your children, you know, and you want them to talk to you, but they won't. But I've learned God has got me. You got children that live off, and sometimes they get mad at you and won't talk to you. I know I've heard little stories, and they won't let you see your grandbaby, and that bothers you. And life is like that. It comes at you like those you curse. But the only way you're going to swerve it was God. God will handle all of it.
Amen.
Tonight, I just want to tell you that in the deep, darkest places is where God is in your lives. And it ain't easy. No, it ain't easy. You're going to struggle and you're going to fight and you're going to take 2 steps forward and you may take 20 steps back. But you know what? If you keep holding on, and I give you my word of this because I know this for a fact. If you keep holding on to God and pray, read your Bible every day. If it's just one verse, Roger, you two, read you at least one verse a day, your whole life will change. It may not be overnight. I'm not going to tell you that because it don't work like that. You're going to fall short. The Bible says when we all fall short of the glory of God, you're going to go through that in your life. Penny, you're going to have struggles in your life. You're going to fall short, and guess what? That don't make you not saved. That just makes you human.
Amen.
But you got to keep reading every day. The Bible says, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman rightly dividing the truth.
Amen.
See, you don't want to get around somebody that can tell you that I don't care what you do, once you say, Lord, I'm saved, and I'm good to go, that I'll make it to heaven no matter what I do, because, you know, you got to practice. I used to hear him say, practice what you preach. You got to practice what you preach. You say you're a Christian, practice it.
That's right.
It's easy to say I'm a Christian and live like the devil. Many people do that. You've got to be an example to the world. But more or less, you've got to be an example to God, showing him that I'm for real. He knows your heart. He knows if you're playing or you're not. He knows everything about you. He, guess what? He even sees you naked every day. Whether you want to see you or know you. God, he shouldn't. Don't be looking at me, God, you know, I'm naked. He don't care. He already sees you naked every day. He hears your thoughts. He knows when you cuss. He knows when you backslide. He knows when you repent. He knows when you do all these things. God knows everything about you. He knows your deepest thing. Everybody gets something inside that they'll keep to themselves till they die.
That's right.
Guess what? He already knows it.
Yeah. He knows it before you know it.
Yeah. In that deep, dark place of your life, God is there. What if you were homeless? Would you still serve him? Would you truly serve him? And I'm about to come to a close. But would you truly serve him if they walked up in here and said, every one of you that are Christians, stand up and would you truly, you ain't got to do it, but would you stand or would you sit? Would you die for the cause of Jesus Christ? And then they started shooting people in the heads. Let me tell you something. You start thinking then, my life fixing to end. Would it not, Tim? You start thinking, oh God, they just shot Rick. They just shot Frank. Oh God. They just shot Wanda. Look, she's laying there bleeding on the floor. Donna, are you going to stand up? No. You'll start thinking, you know what I mean? And I won't be able to see my grandkids no more. I won't be able to see my kids. I'm going to take my last breath. The devil will throw so many things at you. But what he needs to tell you is you won't take your last breath anyway. $129 people, 123, when they went out the other night, they did not know that was their last night on this earth. They didn't know they had one more hour left. They didn't even know they had one more minute until you've seen it. I don't know if you've seen the videos. There were those in that concert, and all they heard was pop, 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 pop. And that was it, man. Some of them started ducking, hitting the ground, and one of them said, I had to crawl over people. They got lucky they didn't get hit.
Amen.
They dropped to the ground, they were crawling over people that was already dead, bloody. You see, you don't know. At 11 o'clock at night, you're going to die. Or at 9 o'clock at night, you're going to die.
Well, right now.
Have we seen it?
Yeah.
We've seen it. You've all witnessed Marcia. You all were there. A lot of you were there with Marcia. You've seen this woman was 32, 33 years old. 39 years old, pregnant. We went to send her in the hospital. She got pneumonia. She let it go too far. When you walked in there and you seen her, and the machine had her doing this. Her whole chest was just doing this. Am I wrong? Her whole chest was picking it up. The machine was doing that, 39 years old, and she was pregnant. Just married her husband not long before that. She had a son that was young. He went for like 14 years old, and her son just buried the father, and then all of a sudden now, guess what? He picked to bury his mother. She didn't know that was her last few minutes on this earth. And neither do you.
That's right.
Tonight, you got to repent of your sins. He's fit to come back. And any second, Tim, you're a big Bible scholar. Is there many things left in the Bible for him to come? Not a one.
Any
You
day.
see, 20 years ago, I bet I could have found 15 or 20 things that still had to happen. When I first got into ministry, there was a lot that still had to happen in order for him to come. But guess what? It's all done come to pass. You see, they couldn't figure out how we were going to see Enoch and Elijah be killed in the streets again in another city, and they couldn't figure out how we were going to see that. But now we know how. Through the internet. We've seen them in Paris get all kind of people get shot. I put a video up the other day. How many of you seen it? Where they jumped on that boy and they owed him money and killed him.
I seen it.
Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
I done that on purpose. You know why? I wanted you to see how quick life can end, just like that. That young man did not know that his life was fixing to die. And he was fixing to end right there on TV, on your screen, on your phone, or at your house, however you want to. You want that young man die right before your eyes. Y'all see it? You should watch it. It's still on there. Somebody send it to him.
I'll send it to him. You want?
I want you to see it. His life ended just like that. It was an argument. Next thing you know, shot him. And another one, boom, 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 boom. It was over. Live on TV. I'm telling you, your life is that fast. Tonight, my message to you is when you're in that deep, darkest place, call on God. When you need God, call on Him. He wants you to say, Lord, I need a blessing. Lord, I need to get out of these bills. I need a little bit of help. Lord, I can't go another mile. Guess what? Call on Him, and then He'll tell you who to call. And sometimes He'll wake Frank up, or me, or Tim, or whoever it may be, at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning and start praying for somebody, and it might be you. It might be you. It might be you, Frank. It might be you, Teresa.